Today, let's talk about expenses. So I got here January 8th, very late on the 8th. My first day with the room was January 9th. And I looked at my expenses from January 9th through May 7th. So that's about 4 months, about a third of a year. To be specific, it's 119 nights and 17 weeks. So occasionally, I actually don't get a room. There are times I'm in the same Airbnb very often, and they let me know when no one was in the room the night before. I could get an early check-in. Sometimes if I'm staying at like Bally's or something, you just ask. I would never pay for an early check-in. You know, your room is guaranteed at 4. If you wanted to check in at 2, I would just go to the desk at 2 and ask. If a room's available, they'll probably give it to you. You don't have to pay any extra. So sometimes I take a chance on a slightly early check-in. Sometimes I check out of like an Airbnb at 11 and I play all night for about a day straight, and I just hope I could check in a little early to my room at like Harrah's or Bally's the next day. So 119 nights between January 9th and May 7th. 11, I did that. I did not have a room. I played for about a day straight and just kind of hoped I got an early check-in the next day. 68 nights, I was in a casino hotel room, and 40 nights, I was in an Airbnb room. Those 68 nights in casino hotel rooms, which has been the Rio, Excalibur, Bally's, and Harrah's, about $1,093 for those 68 nights total, which is about $16 per night. I've paid about $1,730 for the 40 Airbnb nights, and that's about $43 per night. Now, the Airbnb isn't only weekends. Ideally, that's what it would be, just Friday, Saturday. There were a couple of weeks it was tough to get a room on the Strip. I was booking so many weeks in a row that on the Caesars website, they didn't like the fact that I was just booking like non-stop consecutive weeks. So there were 2 8-day stretches where I stayed at an Airbnb, you know, the weekend, then the weekdays, and the following weekend. So that $43 per night for the Airbnb isn't just weekends. Some people in the comments were asking me, what's your Airbnb on the weekend in Vegas? I could look that up later. Maybe I'll put it on the screen. But that $43 per night average is taken down a little by those 2 weekday stretches that I stayed at an Airbnb also. So in total, the nights where I didn't have a room, the Airbnb nights, and the casino hotel nights, it's about $2,823 for 119 nights, which comes out to about $23 and change per night, which is about $711 for a 30-day month. And remember, I don't pay utilities, so don't compare this to just some type of apartment's rent, or I don't compare it to just rent I had in the past. This is rent plus all your utilities. Add in your Wi-Fi to your rent, add in your water, your trash, your sewage, your gas, your electric. I've never paid all those at once, but I've paid all those at one point in my life. The cheapest apartment I ever had, it was $610 in rent, but it was $70 in Wi-Fi, it was $20 in water, trash, and sewage each month, and it was about $45 in electric. So the cheapest apartment I ever had was about $745 per month, rent plus all utilities. Living the way I do now in Vegas, bouncing rooms a lot, I pay about $711, or based on the past 4 months, I've paid about $711 per 30 days so far this year. And if we want to be exhaustive, I won't go over every single expense I have in my life, but there are 4 that happen every single month. It's food, it's my room rates, it's laundry, and it's gas I put in my car. There are others I know I will pay throughout the year, but they're more sporadic. You know, my car insurance, for example, I don't pay every single month. Gifts, I buy people birthdays and holidays, not every single month. I know throughout the year I will need to pay for them, but it's not monthly. So just talking about my 4 monthly expenses: food, room rates, laundry, and gas. So far in the first 4 months of the year, I've paid about $4,387, which is about $1,097 per month. So it's a lot of moving, but it's worth it to me to keep the rates down. There are a couple of other ways. These numbers are actually a little less than what I've said. I usually pay my Airbnb with gift cards. I use raise.com. I buy gift cards. I pay less than the value of the card, and then I put that card on my Airbnb account and I pay for my room rates that way. So usually for every $500 gift card, I only pay about $475 or $480. In addition to that, this is very fortunate and nothing I planned on, but my credit card a couple of years ago let me choose a cashback category for 3% cash back. One of those categories is online shopping. Now, it doesn't sound like online shopping, but when I go to raise.com and buy Airbnb gift cards, I buy hotels.com gift cards, sometimes I just pay directly to Airbnb or directly to hotels.com, or when I pay, directly to the Rio or Bally's. All of those transactions count as online shopping for my credit card. So on all of my room rates, I end up getting 3% of that back from my credit card. So it's a lot of moving. I move basically every Friday and Sunday. Friday I move from my casino hotel room to an Airbnb. Sunday I move from my Airbnb to a casino hotel room. But right now it's worth it for me to basically pay $16 per night for Sunday through Thursday, and to pay somewhere in the low 50s on Friday and Saturday each for an Airbnb. And there are also alternatives. I could get an Airbnb for the entire month. I was actually just curious about that. I looked at September. There's a place I stayed in last year, and for the entire month of September would only be about $925, which is not much more than I pay now if I didn't want to deal with all the moving. What I might actually do is get a place for an entire month, and in addition to that, maybe 2 weeks out of the month, at least the weekdays, Sunday through Thursday, get a room on the Strip in addition to that. So that would be pretty awesome. Have a room for the entire month, and in addition to that, 5 or 10 nights out of the month, have 2 rooms to not have to deal with the commute, and just move on to the Strip and just walk from Harrah's to the poker rooms and back, so I don't have to deal with all the driving and all the traffic and everything like that. So I might do that 1 week, but even if I don't, if I just continue moving back and forth, it's a lot of moving. Sometimes they're inconvenient times, but I stay in really nice houses when I stay in the Airbnbs, and I stay in very convenient locations in great rooms on the Strip. And yeah, I move a lot, but you can keep your cost really low if you do it like this.